Thinking about visiting Battambang but not sure what to do or how long to stay? Well, you're in the right place. In today's vlog, we're diving into everything this city has to offer, from epic activities to what it all costs, and most importantly, is Battambang worth your time? Stick around because we've got a jam-packed adventure lined up, so let's jump right in. Good morning, Cambodia, and hello from Battambang. In today's vlog, we are going to be doing an afternoon tour around the south, which includes firstly the bamboo train and getting to ride on there for 35 minutes, which looks really good fun. Then after that, we're going to be heading up to the top of a mountain to see the Killing Caves, which again, from Khmer Rouge, is a horrific part of Cambodian history, before heading back down from the caves to the Bat Cave, where we'll see 8 to 10 million bats flying out of a cave and heading out into the fields to hunt for their food. So that should be really interesting to see too. And it is all with just one tuk-tuk. So it costs us $30 for the both of us to take us round for the day. There's a couple of extra fees, which I'll tell you about when we get there, for example, the bamboo train. But it should be really good fun, as the tuk-tuk driver knows a little bit about it all and can speak better English than most tuk-tuk drivers, so hopefully should tell us what is going on as we get to each stop. But we need to head down to reception, as we've still not paid for our room yet, and then hopefully we're going to be heading out for lunch very shortly, so let's get going. We have just come down and been offered some really nice fruit, probably the best fruit which we've had so far, and a really nice mango juice. It was warm, Beth didn't really like it, but I thought it was amazing. It tasted really fresh, and it all comes from the mango tree, which is literally just there, which is really cool. Oh, and our tuk-tuk's just arrived, so I think we're about to go on our tour now. So this is going to be our tuk-tuk driver for the day. He's taking us to our first location. It's our first time actually seeing Battambang too in the light, because we got in at 3 AM last night. If you've not gone back and seen that vlog, go and watch that one. But we're now heading over to the Jan Bai restaurant, which has apparently got good vegan options, so we'll give that a try and let you know what we think. There's a lovely river actually to the right of us, but unfortunately they're doing quite a lot of work on the pavement, so you can't really see it. But it's quite warm again today, so hopefully we don't get too burnt. And we have arrived, so the tuk-tuk driver's dropped us off here and he's going to come back and collect us at 3 PM. But it's quite a nice little small cafe. Beth will show you around just now. It's quite run down, the road that it's on, like everywhere seems to be sort of under repair at the moment. But it is a really nice restaurant here, and we've ordered both our dishes and we've got one more dish to come. But I have got what is basically a banh mi in Vietnam, and it's called a Nom Bang Sai. So we're going to have to see how it compares to a Vietnamese banh mi. And then Beth has got, what have you got again? Sorry, the tofu brown rice salad, which also looks really nice. And the bao buns. Thank you. Thank you. And the bao buns have just arrived and they look delicious too. So we're gonna have to give them all a try. So starting off with the Cambodian version of a banh mi. That is really nice. I wouldn't say it's quite as good as banh mi, but the papaya salad with the chicken and then the salad too of the lettuce makes it taste really flavourful, just like a banh mi. But the banh mi sometimes have like pate or some sort of sauce, which makes it taste slightly better. But now let's try the banh bun. Banh bun? The bao bun. Again, it's got the flavour of the papaya salad. I do love the buns over the bao bun, so that tastes really nice too. I'll let Beth have hers and she can let us know what it tastes like at the end. But we're going to enjoy our food now and then hop back onto the tuk-tuk to take us to our next destination. Back on the road, the food cost us $18. So again, fairly expensive, but I did have 2 dishes. I was sort of saying to Beth earlier that Cambodia's probably been one of the most expensive places. However, there's not really any night markets and stuff to eat at, or if there are night markets, they don't look quite hygienic enough for us, so we go to these restaurants and obviously it's going to be a bit nicer and therefore more expensive. But we are now heading to our next destination, which I actually don't know what it is, so we're going to find out very shortly. first stop is the bamboo train. As you can hear in the background, it is quite loud as we are being powered by a motor right now. But apparently they used to do this all by hand. So they'd hand push the train from Battambang to Phnom Penh, which is a long journey, and it would take them around a day. But now it's obviously much quicker, and we're getting to experience it. It's going a lot quicker than I thought it would go. But look at that. It's really cool. I don't think I've ever actually sat this close to the track before. And there's even like cars and tuk-tuks going over the track and stuff, so we have to try and dodge that. But we've got the driver just behind us who's monitoring it all with the motor. But yeah, we're just going to enjoy our ride now. I don't know how far we're going. I think it's like a 35-minute ride that you get, and it costs $5 each, so that's not actually included in the tour price. So there are obviously different ways you can go, as there are multiple tracks which join. And I'll be interested knowing on the way back whether we have to turn the whole car around or whether he just puts the motor on the back and we sit on the other side. But I'll let you know once we get to that point. Unlike trains at the crossings, we unfortunately do not have right of way. Although actually this bike is just waiting for us, which is quite nice, just skidded almost into the road. Some little kids here stood by the train. Just go past. And there we go, we're crossing over a bridge. Oh, we're going over the water. Oh wow. This is cool. Sort of like a little girder bridge which takes you over the water. It's quite sketchy though, you won't want to drop your phone or anything off there. That is beautiful. Coming up to another crossing now. Hopefully we don't have any casualties with another bike skidded over. So as you can see, we have now actually turned around. So we've got a nice little backrest here now, like a cushion. And the driver is now ahead of us there with the motor. So that's the motor there. So I zoom in. Basically, he's using his feet to like push the pedals, and then it makes it go quicker. But he moves the motor from one side to the other, depending on which way we're going. So now that we're going this way, it's on the right side. He'll put it on the left if we go in the opposite direction. And we have turned round again for the final time, heading back to the station. There's some form of fire going on over there. There seems to be burning all the fields. I'm not too sure why. Maybe it's for agriculture, or maybe, I don't really know to be honest, but there seems to be a big wide amount of field there burning right now, so it probably is for agriculture. And so that is it for the bamboo train. It was a really cool experience. However, at the end, they actually asked if we wanted to tip the driver, but it's never the driver that asks. It's always someone else that comes across and says, oh, do you want to tip the driver? And we were kind of like, well, all they've done is given us like a 35-minute ride back and forth on this track. So we felt really guilty, but said no to the tip. And we've now headed over to where the Bat Cave is. So it was a very nice journey around the countryside. However, there's loads of places where they're like burning different things like rubber, plastic. I saw them burning like carpets and stuff. So it does get very smoky and your face gets sort of covered in soot and ash and stuff. So we've actually arrived and we're like cleaning ourselves because we've got all this stuff on us. So it's very dusty. But we're now walking up to the top of where the killing fields are. So this is where basically 20,000 people were killed, and it's mainly babies women who are pregnant and also old people. So it's by the Khmer Rouge. If you've not gone back and seen the vlog which we did in Phnom Penh, definitely go back and watch that and you'll learn a lot more about Khmer Rouge. But it's around 800 steps up, well, 800 steps down, and then it's like a ramp like this all the way up to the top. So it's going to take us about 20 to 25 minutes, but we wanted to save on a little bit of money because it would have been $5 for the two of us for 2 bikes. So we decided to walk up, and our tuk-tuk driver is going to wait at the bottom on the other side. And here it is, the entrance to the Killing Cave. Quite cool, they've got all the animals again for the different years, and then the Buddha there in the centre. We were saying the dragon always looked really strange, kind of looks a little bit more like the snake, whereas like a dragon that you see, like the Welsh dragon, is obviously a lot different. So I'm now sweating, but right at the top, right near the Killing Cave, there is a temple. So I'm guessing this is quite a nice one for Cambodians to come to and pray and worship, especially with all the horror that they've had in this area of the Killing Cave. Got really cool decorations too, and it's got loads of stories, and I wish you could actually, well, I wish I could read in Cambodian or whatever language it's called. I think it's Khmer, because then I could actually read all about these different stories, but right now I obviously have no idea what any of it says. I'm just going to go basically off of the illustrations, but you keep seeing stuff like the Emerald Buddha there and the 3-headed Buddha. It really is amazing. Just got to the top of the mountain and look at that view. Looks incredible. As we make our way to the cave, there's actually lots of statues here which sort of demonstrate what the Khmer Rouge were doing to the Cambodian people, just how skinny they were. You can see there, him with his ribs being force-fed, whatever that is, pulling the teeth or tongue out there by the looks of it too. It looks horrific. I just don't understand why anyone would ever want to do something like this. It's horrible. This cave which we're walking down right now is where children were killed and thrown down into this cave. But they were only ever killed once one of the adults were put in pardon, and they had to be younger than 10 because otherwise they were already killed. So it's a little bit grim and it's horrible as well, and it's very steep getting down here too, so they did well to find this area. They basically killed them from up here and then threw them down either one of the 2 caves. But the Killing Caves, which were traditionally used as Buddhist temples, were basically used as killing grounds. They threw people from the top of the caves after killing them into these 2 caves, which is horrible. There are 2 caves, one for the elderly and the pregnant ladies, and then the second one is for the children. So after each one of the elderly people died, they also threw a child into, which is horrific, and the children had to be under 9. If they were older than 9, then they had to plea and basically beg. So that was the Killing Caves, and we're now heading up to the top of the mountain, which is another 350 metres up. And we've just looked ahead of us. I don't know whether this camera's going to be able to pick it up, but there's a monkey. Can't believe it. Beth's gone that much quicker than me. She's already that far ahead. Wow, there's loads of monkeys. Look at this one here. Don't stare at it. Just coming out the tree. Say hello. It's like dogs. God, they're all above the trees. This is cool. Some of them have got little babies. Oh yeah, this one's got a little baby holding on to him. God, they're so cute. One up there climbing the tree, just above Beth's head. Hope it lets a little tear drop. Look at them. There's so many little baby ones around here. This is cool to see all the little monkeys. I'm guessing they're all being fed around here, which is why they all sort of gather in this section. There are just so many monkeys, and loads of them are pregnant or have a baby, like that one there. Oh my God, what's he doing with them? It's like a monkey playground around here. And this is the view that you get from the top of the mountain. This is the best view yet. Look at how incredible that is, how far you can see from, and it's just the clouds that stops you from seeing any further. And then there's another type of monkey over there, and it looks like a monkey Buddha god. It kind of reminds me of, you know, in the Wizard of Oz, the monkey sort of like guards. They all look very similar to that god just there. Maybe that was the inspiration for it, who knows? And here is the golden stupa on the top of the mountain. Looks incredible, with cool like mosaic blue and pink floor too. So that was the top of the mountain, and now we're going to be heading back to try and watch the sunset, but we're heading straight back through the monkey playground. So we've got to be careful that none of the monkeys jump onto us, because Beth nearly got attacked by one because she got too close to one with a baby. So the way down is via these stairs, but there is currently a monkey stood guarding them. And I don't want to be the one that interrupts the monkey, so I'm going to be waiting here until he moves. And that could be a while. Wow, this is very steep to get down, so we need to be careful going down here. It was a shame though, because we couldn't really see the sunset from where we were at the top of the mountain. Unfortunately, it was on the opposite side of the mountain where we just were. So if I were you, I'd stay at that other point, wait till the sun sets, then come to here, and then come down the stairs to the bat cave. So these stairs lead directly to the bat cave, and then hopefully we get to see loads of bats this evening when the sun goes down. It is very hot and sweaty walking down here. By the time I get to the bottom, I could do with a nice big glass of ice water. And now we've made it back to the bottom, and hopefully we're going to go and see some of the bats at the bat cave very shortly as the sun goes down. But that is a hard walk, 800 steps, very sweaty, and we've just come from there, but it's really cool. Definitely recommend coming to here and going up and seeing the killing caves. You can get a bike up or a little like car up too if you don't want to walk up or you struggle to walk. So that's also good, but we chose to walk because it saves a little bit of money from getting the bike or whatever. And there's also some tours that they do too in all of the different languages. So they've got everything that you need. There are some really cool carvings in the side of the mountains. There's the Buddha in the sitting position and then the laying down position. But it looks like they're doing some work over there on his head. He's had a bad fall by the looks of it. But it's really cool how they've managed to do that. And then the bat cave is just around the corner over there. So that's where all the bats will be entering just very shortly. So we're now sat down at a table with a drink. Unfortunately, we got kicked off the nice table, which is over there on the right-hand side, because there wasn't enough of us in the party. But we were on this little plastic table and paid $1 for a nice cold Sprite. But we're now going to be watching this gap over here where bats will start flying out of the cave. There should be loads of them, so hopefully it'll be a bit like the Scooby-Doo episode. I think it might be on the Scooby-Doo movie or something, so it should be pretty cool to see. There's a few early risers coming out already. Don't know whether you can see it against the skyline. They're quite hard to see at the moment because it gets so dark, but there are big groups of them that are flying away. Look at them all flying out. I don't know whether you can see it properly on the camera or not, but it's mad just how many there are. It's like
I wonder how they're all doing such a quick left spin.
Yeah, I thought that was like a 90 degree. They're doing like a 90-degree turn. I don't know. They all seem to know where they're all going, and it's the odd stray that goes somewhere else. I wouldn't want to go into that cave and wake them all up, would you? You can see them all in the sky in the distance over there, and everyone's just got up to try and get the perfect video. Someone's got a drone up too, which you can hear behind. Look at them all, it's like little flies in the sky in the distance over there. That's actually crazy just how many there are. So that black line there is literally thousands and thousands of bats flying. I don't know where they're going, maybe to a bar to have a quick drink before they go out for the evening. But there are hundreds and thousands of them. It's been going on for about 10-15 minutes now. It's actually crazy just how many there are. So after a quick Google search, all these bats basically just go flying over the countryside and search for little pests like mosquitoes, flies, other beetles and bugs, just for basically hunting. And it's quite good for the people around here because it's basically hunting all of the insects which are ruining their crops. So hence why it's a perfect place for them to grow food and drink. So he's been here for about 20 minutes now and they are still flying out of the cave. I have no idea how they fit in there. I'd love to actually see what it looks like inside the cave and just see how they all sort of hang from the same area, because it must literally just be a wall of black bats. It must be just crazy just to see them all. But they are tiny, which they're a lot smaller than I think the ones that we get in the UK. One funny bat story that we had actually was that whilst we were at uni, I walked into the bathroom and all of a sudden there's a bat in the sink. And we were like, what the hell? So we thought it died because it just wasn't moving. And then we sort of touched it with, I can't remember what with, like a straw or something. And it started moving and we were like, all right, we're not touching that again. So we closed the door, went and called, is it the RSPCA, I think it was? And they basically said, I'll leave it, we'll come round and collect him. And so we left it and then come back to the bathroom about 10 minutes later and it's gone. So to this day, we don't know where he's gone. I think he maybe has migrated across to Battambang and he now lives with these bats. And we have arrived at Coconut Lyly, which is the restaurant where we'll be eating tonight. It looks like loads of other people have done the same thing, come straight from the back caves to this restaurant as it's filled up within seconds by tut-tuts dropping people off that have been out for the day. But it was quite an interesting fact, which we got told just before we left the back cave, was that apparently they all come back between sort of like 4 and 5 a.m, but it's not like a big block of them that all come together. They all come back at different times, but that'd be pretty cool to see too. Unfortunately, they've not got rid of all the mosquitoes though, because I did get a bite while I was there, so the bats aren't doing their job. There are about 8 to 10 million of them too, so I'm a bit disappointed that they've not managed to get all of the mosquitoes. But you should have seen the menu, it just got taken away just then, unfortunately. And it's like an alcohol bottle, and it's just got the menu written all around the outside. It's a pretty cool little quirky addition to this restaurant. But we have ordered our food, so I have gone for the fried curry. I've gone for the chicken curry, and Beth has gone for the tofu amok. So hopefully it should taste really good. Both Kerma dishes, and we have also got ourselves a lime juice just to keep us going. I couldn't be asked for water because that's all we drink throughout the day. So I've got a lime cordial instead, and that was only $1. So hopefully that'll be pretty nice. And food has arrived and it looks delicious again. I think most of the food here in Southeast Asia is delicious, to be honest. And I've got my chicken curry, which is nice and yellow, looks like a korma. And there's Beth's tofu amok, which actually probably looks more like a korma, so I'm very happy. And now let's give it a try. Hopefully it's not too spicy, but usually it's not that bad, so should be all right. Let's get a little bit of chicken with rice. Oh, it's hot. Oh. The curry here is just so good. Oh, that tastes incredible. I'll try a bit of Bethan's too. I used a fork, so it's not got the chicken on it. Just give me the nod of approval. That's really good too. It's a bit more coconutty, but that's actually a bit more like a korma than this one. So both really tasty. Going to enjoy our meal now and then head back to the hotel. And now we are back. So the food cost just over $12, which is around £9.50. So very reasonable. And then the tuk-tuk back was like 77p. So we have not spent too much today, which is good, but I definitely recommend doing that half-day tour. There's loads to see. The Bat Cave, you've obviously got the bamboo train and also climbing up to the top of the Killing Caves too. All really interesting stuff, really enjoyed it, but I'd say Battambang is either a one-day thing or sort of like 1.5 days maybe at a stretch, but there's not really that much to do apart from all of what we've done today. Just as we got into the room too, we noticed this picture here, which has been taken by the lady of the hotel. She's basically printed it off for us and made the swans again. So there's me, the big blue swan, and Beth, the little yellow swan. But it's a really lovely addition from the hotel. And we were saying that the hotel's been great too. The people are lovely, the bed's really comfortable, and it is nice and cleaner too. But if you did enjoy the vlog and you found it useful, do make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It goes a long way to supporting us, and it is completely free too. Tomorrow we are heading over to Siam Reap, which I've been looking forward to my whole life basically, as Angkor Wat has been on my bucket list since I was very young. So I'm looking forward to seeing Angkor Wat hopefully in a couple of days, and I am buzzing about it. So I'll see you all in tomorrow's vlog.